We are experimenting today to see how having 2 meals in one fares with my workout, because I don't usually do this, but we have the week off, or I guess we just have today off from work, so we're kind of like playing around with eating and timing for the workout just to see how it contributes to performance and all that fun stuff. But that being said, we just had 2 meals in one for our first meal, and it was just meal 1 and meal 2 combined. So it was 8 ounces of gnocchi, 6 ounces of chicken, 4 eggs, 1 tablespoon of ghee, and a cup of white rice. So it's a lot, but at the same time, I'm kind of interested to see what it does for the workout in general, because the only reason why I don't usually combine meals and I like to space them out is because it's to prevent gluconeogenesis, which is just a fancy way of saying like the excess food that you would have could be converted into glucose, and then that glucose could turn into stored body fat. So we don't want that to happen, and that's why I'm a big advocate of spacing out your meals, keeping them within a certain range so that doesn't happen, because 1, you're going to feel better throughout the day, and 2, you're probably going to get to your goals quicker, So let's see how we're doing with this meditation though. We have, one second. Job dang. Yeah, it's all good. A job just popped up for subbing, so you kind of gotta be on it. But this district, they are very quick. At least the subs are, to freaking nabbing the jobs. But anyways, we got 22 minutes on the clock. If you want a personalized transcendental meditation mantra so that you can meditate with me or just use it in your own practice, check the description below, plug that into ChatGPT, and give your responses. The more detailed your responses, the better. So that's the dealio. Let's freaking get into this meditation. 22 minutes is running. Now, this is one kind of technique that I like to do before I get into it. I like since getting a pump for me in the gym is very enjoyable, I like to almost imagine like this is just like getting a mind pump or getting like a meditation pump, so to speak. Because going in the gym, just getting, like, let's picture like your favorite day. It doesn't matter what day, arm day, chest day. I mean, that's all we're really hitting, but no, I'm kidding. But whatever it is, imagine just getting a pump on that day. It's just like this. So, I mean, that's a really, it's a good technique that I like to use, because it kind of takes the pressure off of like, oh man, yeah, I gotta concentrate on this mantra and this mantra only. But it's not that big a deal at the end of the day. Like we're just meditating. That's it. Like nothing more, nothing less. We're just getting good old-fashioned mind pump. So whatever it is for you, whatever's enjoyable, whether you like painting, drawing, doing like Sudoku, like whatever it is, try to pair that with the meditation. Like for instance, like with painting, you could be like, yeah, this is just like painting a mental picture or something like that. Like, you know what I'm getting at, where it's just pairing whatever you enjoy already with the meditation. And I think that'll help to get into the meditation just a little bit more, because you're not putting so much pressure on it. But anyways, 20 minutes and 10 seconds. Let's freaking rock this. Ooh. Oh, yeah. My right leg is completely asleep. Ooh. All right. Yeah. Yeah, I kind of came to a pretty cool realization during that, and it was expectations just kind of get in the way of the process. Because, expectations are different from goals. Like goals, you have a clear set path. This is what I'm being called to do. Expectations are kind of like judgments along that path. Like, well, if I do X, then I'll get Y, kind of thing. So that's what I kind of noticed usually ruins the meditations for me. I shouldn't say ruin, more like blocks the meditative process, is when I expect something from the meditation, because, oh man, that right leg, it's painful because blood's rushing back. But yeah, with this entire meditative process, I notice I enjoy it the most when I just kind of treat it as getting a pump, just getting a mind pump, and that's it, because when you're in the gym and you're just getting a pump, you're not really thinking, oh, yeah, if I do 5 more reps, then I'm gonna be, I'm gonna add 2 inches on my arms after this, which is insane. Like it doesn't happen that quickly. But well, considering you're not using any kind of oils or synthol, but that's another conversation. But yeah, so I kind of noticed, like, when you don't really expect anything and you just do what you're called to do, life's just freaking good, man. like that's pretty much it. It doesn't really get any better than that, because you're not really imposing a judgment onto what you think you should be getting, if that makes any sense. Like you're not expecting anything, and so everything that happens is kind of a surprise, because you're already just doing what you're enjoying, and then anything that you get out of that is just a plus. So that's kind of the realization I had. But today we're getting into some freaking back, so I am freaking stoked for that. We are gonna make that happen. I think, man, I'm thinking that we're probably gonna be doing somewhere in the realm of like whole lot of pull downs, whole lot of rows. It doesn't really change other than that. You might have like a pull here and there, like a rack pull or a conventional deadlift or whatever. But other than that, I mean, it doesn't really change too much. It just kind of changes with like the sets and the rep range. And but yeah, I mean, that's why I don't post like a whole lot of my workouts, because I'm not saying they're all the same, but they're pretty freaking similar. And, you can get a lot out of your workouts from, structuring it a similar way. Same with your food. Some people literally have the same food every day and they grow. So, I mean, it all comes down to whatever your preference is, and then combining that with, what actually has been scientifically proven to work. So that, yeah. That's the freaking plan for today. I got to check the program. You know what? Let's just check that right now, just to get a good idea. So starting off with calves, then we're going lat pull down, 8 sets, 9 reps. Freaking nuts, dude. And then dumbbell single arm row, and that's only 4 sets of 9 reps. And then this one's kind of interesting. Oh, okay. Interesting. I've never done this exercise before. It's called a barbell bench row. So you basically just put your feet on a barbell bench, and then you're just doing a barbell row from there. And it's just mainly meant to get like a really deep stretch. But yeah, looking at the video, or this is just 2 images, but put it in grip. Okay, yeah, sounds good. I might be doing that with plates instead, because doing it on a bench is a little strange. And you don't really have like a lot of room for your feet on the bench. So I think we'll be doing that with plates. The main thing is that you're just getting your feet pretty far off the ground, so you can be at a pretty good, I want to say deficit, but it's just so you can get a good stretch out of your back. But anyways, enough talking. We're pretty much digested with those 2 meals, so let's just get into freaking back thrashing. I really like that word, thrashing. Sorry. I'm just excited.